The little dog in this video, his name is Rudy, and I worked with him about 8 months ago on Leash Foundation. Old habits die hard. Mom called me recently and said that Rudy was struggling. She was struggling in the house with him. She didn't know how to correct or control some of the little naughty behaviors he was showing inside the house. So when I got there, I did not plan on doing Leash Foundation, but the first thing she said was, he's doing much better on the leash, but I'm the only one that can walk him. He won't let anybody else walk him. He bites the leash, throws a fit, and I know it's against what you said, Coco, but he walks a little bit in front of me. So that really let me know that he is making all the decisions. He's doing kind of whatever he wants, and there's no way that she can have control of him in the house if she doesn't even have control of him on the leash. So this is why I preach to you guys, Leash Foundation is everything. All of my training, all of your training should start with Leash Foundation. You've got to be able to communicate to that dog what you want them to do and what you don't want them to do. They must be neutral, walking at your side or behind you. They need to know that you are the one that makes the decisions and that you're the one in charge. Once you get that, and then you can start establishing boundaries and structure, and your dog won't act out and do all these naughty things because they know who is in charge. There's a very clear leadership role. Dogs need a leader. You've got to be the leader for your dog. So with that, I know people are struggling with this. All those behaviors that are super annoying, you're like, I just can't do this. So just so you're aware, this entire session with this leash training took about 20 minutes. I clipped it down so you don't have to watch all 20 minutes of it. But I'm going to show you how to break it down so that you can do this at home, because this can be duplicated. This was not rocket science. We just took it super, super, super slow with this dog so he understood what it was we were looking for. I apologize, only the first few seconds of this video are shot like this. It goes horizontal in a second. So this is little Rudy. You can see him just kind of jumping around, bouncing all over the place. Mom doesn't have any control over him on the leash. He just kind of does whatever he wants to do. He's bouncing out in front of her. Nothing bad, but if another distraction, whether it was a person, a dog, a car, were to come up, complete chaos would take over. So now I'm gonna take the leash and see what he does with me, and he's gonna escalate quite a bit. So right here, it's not too bad. He's still jumping and biting the leash. He realizes I'm not mom, and then he just has a little bit of a meltdown. The whole time I'm working with him right now, I am not fighting with him. I'm not playing tug of war. Anytime he does this, I either walk the other way or I just ride it out. I just kind of let him throw the fit and then I keep moving. I'm not gonna play with him when he's doing this, but I'm going to start anticipating that this is what he's gonna do. So now there's a lot of cars and this is distracting for him. I know this dog's gonna jump, so I give him next to no leash and I'm waiting. I know here he comes. I know he's gonna jump, so I anticipate it and I stop it before it starts. When I throw my hand down like that, he cannot grab the leash and bite it. He's got no leash to bite. So I keep a very short leash, no tension, a short leash, and I take baby steps really slow so I can give him feedback as I'm moving forward. Now Mom's gonna take over and I'm telling her the same thing. You can watch his body and he kind of looks like a robot. He wants to run, like he wants to go fast, and then he has to slow down because I'm telling Mom, slow down your walk and give him really slow feedback. Every time you turn, put a little bump on that leash if he doesn't follow you. When she bumps that leash, he turns to bite it. This is what he does. This is where the struggle comes because she doesn't want to bump that leash because it throws him into a meltdown. So it's easier to kind of let him walk out in front so she doesn't have to do this. So now we're just gonna correct the behavior completely. When you're walking him, when they bite the leash, I want you to grab this part of the leash where it's clipped to the collar, let go of the rest of the leash. Once you let go of this, the game is over. This becomes dead and then you're back in control. So if I'm walking Carl and he grabs onto this part of the leash and starts playing with it, all I'm gonna do is come back here. I'm gonna hold onto this and drop the rest of the leash. If this is still in his mouth, there's no tension on the end, pulling and playing that tug game, I'm holding from right here and they will drop this part of the leash. So now she's keeping a shorter leash on him so when he goes to bite, she can beat him to it. Little tiny baby steps, we're slowing everything down. little tiny bumps on that leash. Now he's starting to understand that when he does that, when he throws a fit, he's not going to get his way. This is important. We are not holding that leash tight. It's a short leash. We're not giving him much leash, but it's not tight. There's slack in the leash the whole time. The only time it goes tight is when I say give a little bump, and she's just giving a little bump on that leash just to give him feedback and let him know either no, don't do that, or follow me, we're going this way. There's no tension in that leash. Now she's doing some turns with him. He's gonna start again, and I'm reminding her, take a short leash. Don't give him so much leash. Don't give him the opportunity to bite that leash and start playing that game again. And then it happens. It takes a little bit to get through this. So right here, he's grabbing the leash and I tell her walk into him. As soon as she steps into him, right here, walk into him, and he sits down. This is just beginning, but 20 minutes later, he finally understands this is the behavior we're looking for. If that video was helpful for you, please like it, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell.